come online. You will continue to see them on my flyers. You will continue to see them on my thumbnail, and you will continue to hear their voice on my platform for as long as I have opportunity to come out and preach. And I want to let everyone that is watching on this platform and in other platforms that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or to attack individuals. We don't come here for saga or blackmail. What we do in this platform is to give room for Biafrans to express themselves, is to give room for other opinions, is to allow Biafrans to share their views. It does not matter the platform where you are. It doesn't matter the group you belong. It doesn't matter under which umbrella you're operating. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about your sex. I don't care about your orientation. All I care about is the future of the Biafran people. Everyone is welcome in this platform. You are entitled to your opinion, just like I am entitled to mine. And if you have a contrary opinion or you do not agree with what I'm saying, you don't need to constitute nuisance on the comment section. There is a link. Come up, ask me a question directly, and I will respond. If I do not have answer to your question, I will give you the thought. I will consult those who knows better than me, then I will get you an answer. In this platform, all we are asking is for freedom. Regardless who you are, where you belong, and where you're coming from. All we are calling for is unity of purpose. And I have explained unity of purpose in all my programs, that it is not about being in the same group. It is not about having the same opinion. Unity of purpose is pursuing the same purpose, self-determination, freedom of the Biafran people. That is the purpose of all this gathering, all this Biafra this and Biafra that. The only purpose is self-determination of the Biafran people. Let us be united in that message. Let us organize our message and make it much more solid. That is the unity I'm talking about. Unity of purpose. Stop wasting your time on blackmail, propaganda, narrating issues that is not obtainable. Face the fact of the day. Stop wasting your time exalting yourself, making yourself relevant, pursuing position, forcing people to obey and not to obey. No. If you want respect, you earn it by your action, by your deed, by your words. The whole world is watching. Biafran people themselves are watching. And the Biafran people are going to rate you according to your work. They will put you on a scale and weigh you. And whatever they decide is your fate. That is what they will give to you. So every one of us, wherever you are entitled to your opinion. Feel free to express yourself in the issue of Biafra. Whether you hate me or you like me, it doesn't have anything to do with my pursuit of my freedom. It cannot stop me. Neither will it add anything to it. Your hatred or your love does not stop me from doing what I have to do. I will do what I have to do at any given point in time for as long as I have the opportunity. So wherever you are watching from, all you need to ask yourself is, what are you doing to make sure that Biafra is actualized? The actualization of Biafra is a reality. It is not a drama. It is not a game. It is not a fraud. If you think it's a game, it's up to you. Continue to play your game. It will catch up with you. You think it's a fraud, continue to defraud people and yourself. It will catch up with you. But if you think it's a reality, always look at the reality on the ground, regardless of what people tell you. No matter what anybody preaches to you, no matter what anybody says, look at the reality obtainable in the ground. And let me tell you, the only way to judge the reality and something that's obtainable is when you look to Biafra land. Look at Biafra land, what is happening. The control you have over Biafra land. The response you have that is coming from Biafra land. It is not about the diaspora. It's not about the diaspora. The major area that matters is Biafra land. The reality on ground. When you focus on the reality on the ground, you begin to understand what we have lost, what we are missing, what we are supposed to do, and the direction to go. Without anybody telling you, you will understand it. I pray that Chukwu Okike will protect us in this time that we are in, a very terrible time, a very difficult time. And this morning, we are going to discuss on a topic which says, one Nigeria or controlled chaos. The topic says, is it one Nigeria or a controlled chaos that we are seeing? The truth, they don't want you to know. Divide and control. Divide to control. This topic has so many branches, and we are going to relate it to ourselves in this struggle. I want you to pay close attention. Our duty is to expose the evil that the British created, called Nigeria. The evil that the British put in place to enslave people. The trap, they said, the time bomb that they built, they have already exploded. And many innocent lives are lost. The topic says, one Nigeria or controlled chaos. The truth they don't want you to know. Divided to control. Once again, I welcome every one of you. And I appreciate you wherever you are and you're joining this program today. Tighten your seatbelt and be patient as we speak on this very topic. I'm not going to take much of your time. I will be as quick as I can to pass this message for those who cares to listen. And I urge you, as you join us, if the message resonates with you, what you have to do is to like and share the program. Once again, I say good morning, great minds, truth seekers, courageous voices around the world. I welcome every one of you. This is another broadcast, as we always do, but not just a broadcast. It is not just another conversation, but I can say it is a wake-up call. A wake-up call for not only Biafrans, for other indigenous tribes in the contraption called Nigeria. This is a wake-up call. It doesn't matter whether you agree with me or you don't. Whether you agree with the Biafrans or you don't. It doesn't matter. The danger that is before everyone affects everyone. Whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ijaw, Efik, wherever you belong, it is about every one of us. This is a wake-up call. Because today, we are confronting a dangerous question. We are confronting a dangerous question today. A question many are afraid to ask. But you know what we do in this platform? Those things they say you shouldn't say, those are the things we say. Is one Nigeria truly about unity? Or is it a system designed to control, divide, and weaken the people? This is a question that people, you can't get this kind of question in their conventional media. It takes a lot of courage to ask this kind of questions. Is one Nigeria truly about unity? Or is it a system designed to control, divide, and weaken the people? Stay with me, because what you are about to hear may challenge everything you have ever been told. I say everything you have ever known about Nigeria might just be false after listening to this message today. The danger of one Nigeria. The danger of the so-called one Nigeria. Let us begin with the foundation. The idea of one Nigeria was sold as a symbol of unity, strength, and collective progress. But decades later, we must ask ourselves honestly, no matter what your tribe may be, ask yourself honestly. Initially, the idea of the so-called one Nigeria was sold as a symbol of unity, a symbol of strength and collective progress. But decades later, we must now ask ourselves honestly, where is that unity? Where is that unity? What we see today is not unity. What we see is deep division, mistrust, systemic imbalance. Different regions do not trust each other. Different ethnic groups feel marginalized, unheard, and threatened. And instead of resolving these issues, the system appears to feed on them. This is why I tell people that Nigeria is functioning just the way the owners of Nigeria want it to function. The only people that keep complaining and crying about the situation of Nigeria are the indigenous people, the ordinary people, who does not know how and why Nigeria was put in place at the first time. Nigeria was put in place for control, for economic interest. And as long as they can control you, economically exploit you, every other thing is immaterial. And that is why I tell you, Nigeria is functioning just the way those who own Nigeria want it to function. The only people that sees it as abnormal are those of us who are not part of the arrangement, those of us who genuinely want a better life. And instead of resolving these issues, the system appears to feed on them. Because here is the truth many don't want you to admit. The truth many don't want to admit: a divided population is easier to control. A divided population is very easy to control. And when we talk about division to control, I want you to also drag this very division into the Biafran quest today. You see how they have segmented the Biafra struggle to different portions, different areas. And by those segmentation, you see groups are busy fighting against each other, while the enemy is busy exploiting them, taking their resources. The enemy is busy making life difficult for ordinary people. But meanwhile, those who are supposed to focus on self-determination, because of the division, the Zoological Republic have easily controlled the effect the struggle could have on them. Every one of us know the effect the struggle had when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in charge. Every one of us know how Mazi Simon Ekpa gave them a sleepless night after he was able to unite Biafrans and brought them in one umbrella. A divided population is easier to control. When people are busy fighting each other, they are not questioning those in power. When people are busy fighting each other, they are not questioning those in power. When there is chaos, accountability disappears. And that is what, you see, I want you to be taking this program from one angle to the other. When you talk about Nigeria as a country with its fraud, you also try to bring it into the quest for Biafra and what is going on. When you bring it in, you begin to understand. When people are busy fighting each other, they are not questioning those in power. Because today, so many Biafrans are focused on irrelevant issues. Attacking and fighting each other. And we forgot the slave master that is keeping us enslaved. The Fulani Caliphate and the British that are making sure that we are enslaved. We forget about them. And we spend most of our time attacking each other. And when there is chaos, accountability disappears. Because of the chaos, while you are busy trying to sort out yourself, to stay alive, at least to stay. Today, the most important thing for a person in the zoo today is to be alive. The most important project for anybody in Nigeria today is how to be alive, how to survive the next minute, how to survive and see the light of the day. That is the most important thing to everybody in that zoological republic today. And nobody is talking about accountability anymore. People don't even have time to hold government responsible. That is why sometimes when they talk about revolution or talk about protest, you see very handful of people. Because people are focused on survival, how to live, how to be able to survive and at least have a life. The chaos is so much. But in the midst of all this, we must not be distracted. Tribal hate and destruct. The tribal hate and destruct that was planted in the zoo has been weaponized as a tool. It's now a weaponized tool against the people. Tribal hate in Nigeria is not just a social problem. When you go to social media today, you see the way the Igbos have been attacked. The name calling of the Igbos, the name calling of the Biafran people. It is not ordinary. Sponsored by the federal government of Nigeria. Sponsored by the owners of Nigeria. They pay people, including the Igbo people themselves. They fight against themselves. You wouldn't know how deep this evil is until you begin to look very well. Tribal hate in Nigeria is not just a social problem. It has become a political tool. Think about it. Why do tensions remain high year after year? Why do narrative of us versus them continue to dominate? Every single time, it is a clash between the Yorubas and the Igbos. It is about superiority. The Hausas and the Fulanis. Intentionally created, weaponized as a political tool. And you think you can forge ahead with this. There is nothing you can do except you disintegrate Nigeria. This evil will consume everyone. Ask yourself, why do tensions remain high? Year after year, the same issue in every election. It doesn't matter who becomes the president. This tension will always be there. is either tension between the Igbos and the Hausas, Igbos and the Yorubas. Tension all the time. Today, tension, Hausas and the Yorubas. Because division is being reinforced, not resolved. At every point in time, division in Nigeria is reinforced, not resolved. If some of you who are thinking that, oh, somehow that the division in Nigeria will be resolved, you are deceiving yourself. If you think that at a point in time that the division in Nigeria will be resolved, you are deceiving yourself. Keep on deceiving yourself. It will never, ever be resolved, because that is the master plan on how to keep their Nigeria, on how to keep the Nigeria functioning the way they want it to function. Division is being reinforced and never resolved. Communities are made to fear each other. Today, you see a Yoruba man afraid of a Biafra man for no just cause, for no reason. You have not done any transaction with any Igbo man. You have not had any business with them. They have never stolen anything from you. You have not even lived in Igbo land. But when you hear that word, Igbo, Biafra, you get agitated. There are some people that throughout their whole life, they have never left Yoruba land to Igbo land. There are people in the north that have never left the northern part of Nigeria to the southwest or southeast. But when they hear that this person is an Igbo man, all their veins in their body rise up. Everything in them stand up, and you begin to ask, why? What crime has an Igbo man committed against them? Nothing. When you engage them privately or personally, you find that they have nothing against you. They cannot mention one thing or one crime they will say that you committed against them. But yet, when they hear your name, they get agitated. Division is being reinforced, not resolved. Communities are made to fear each other. Stereotypes are amplified. That is what is happening in Nigeria. Stereotypes are amplified. Historical wounds are reopened again and again. Historical wounds are reopened again and again. You saw during the time of Buhari. I will treat you in the language that you understand. Some of you don't know the meaning of that word. You can imagine a word that made Twitter to bring down the account of Buhari. A threat of genocide against a people. Up to today, they keep on reminding us what happened in the Civil War. Every time you see them, they will throw that word in. Oh, you were not born during the Civil War. You were not because you have not witnessed a war. And this very reopening of wound is done by even Igbo people themselves. Igbo people that are sabotaging themselves, criminals, saboteurs of Igbo origin, they join in reopening this wound. They join to reopen this wound from us. People today, some of them who are here, who claim to be Igbos, they join in reopening historical wounds again and again. Oh, you have not witnessed war. You were not born during the war. That is why you are speaking. You don't know what we passed through during the war. We have fought you before. What happened before will happen again. Sometimes they will try to bend it and say, we don't want to happen before to happen again. You don't want what happened before to happen again. What effort have you made to see that what happened before doesn't happen again? You don't want what happened before to happen again. What effort are you putting in place to make sure that what happened before, the only thing you are doing is to continue to put in place the same thing that caused the problem that happened before to make sure it continues. That's the only thing you do. The only thing you do is to promote things that reminds us of what happened before. That is the only thing you are very good at. And you do it again and again and again and again. Historical wounds are reopened again and again. And while the people argue, the system remains untouched. While they keep every region fighting each other, while they keep you fighting your brother and your sister, while they keep you abusing people that are even fighting for you, while they keep you insulting people who are fighting for your own life, who are trying to save you, the system that kept you enslaved will be untouched. The system that made sure that you are a slave, that made sure that your voice is not heard, that makes sure that you do not matter, that system will remain untouched. Today, go to social media. Go to social media today. The Biafran people, Igbo people themselves have taken upon themselves the challenge to stop the actualization of Biafra. That is the greatest tragedy we are seeing today. The greatest tragedy is today. The people who are supposed to be fighting for Biafra, they are the ones today in the front line to stop the accusation of Biafra. They have gone against the Liberation Army. Openly, they fought the Liberation Army. They joined, they did video openly and cover. They joined and attacked the people that were there to protect the land against the terrorists. You throw them away. You kill them. Go to platform today. People that were supposed to protect the image of Mazen Nandekam, they are the one today who will on camera abuse Mazen Nandekam, push lies against him, push propaganda against him, call him different kinds of names.